can't take my money. It's for me and Mum when she gets out of Wentworth. You get the welfare checks.
That pittance, that wouldn't even keep you in biscuits. Don't you dare.
I want my money back.
Yeah, well, you'll get a bloody good hiding, young lad. That's what you'll get.
Give me back my money.
Yes. Well, you just go to your room now, and there'll be no football for you today either. Go. Oh, I'm going to get funny. Go on, you rotten-headed sod.
If you tell me what you're looking for, perhaps I can help you.
Doesn't matter. I've got all I need right here. I want you. Now, where would you like me to start, Miss White? About time you and me had a little private chat, Kay. Now about this dope you've been spreading around.
What dope?
Let's not go through all that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then I'll give you a little hint. Mouse is floating around the ceiling somewhere.
So what's that got to do with me?
You put her there. Now give me the rest of that stuff.
I haven't got any dope.
Bull, you haven't. You won't get away with this.
You'll never learn, will you, Smith? Good old examination room. The nurse should still be there. And you, move!
She asked for it.
Oh, really? Well, you can tell that to the governor.
Why aren't you interested, Vera?
Going.
I suppose you had a reason for what you did, Smith.
I don't do anything without one.
Well?
Like I told Miss Bennett, she was pushing drugs, and I was doing the screws job for them as usual.
Watch it, Smith. You're talking to the governor.
Have you seen any evidence of drug usage lately, Miss Bennett?
None at all.
Nevertheless, I think you should ask Mr. Fletcher to search White's cell.
I already have, Mrs. Davidson. He should have word for us soon.
Found anything?
No, nothing here.
It's unusual for Smith not to get her facts straight before she jumps in.
Yeah, maybe. Perhaps White hid them somewhere else. Or maybe Smith is just justifying bashing her. She's been itching to get her hands on her ever since she got here.
True.
How's White, by the way?
Oh, she'll live. She's with the nurse now.
You think it's wise to leave them together?
Officer Barfield's there. Besides, I think White's had enough brawling for one night. She's a pretty tough lady when she wants to be. But I think B's made her presence felt.
Yeah. Look, there's nothing here. Officer Knox, would you go and get Bryant and tell her to come and clean up the cell?
Yes, and I'll go and get White. The nurse should have finished patching her up by now. And no doubt Mrs. Davidson will want to see her.
Right.
There you are. Oh, I hope it was worth it.
What?
Whatever the fight was over.
It was.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Barfield. How is she?
Well, she won't be winning any Miss Wentworth beauty contest for a while, but she's fit enough to go back for round 2.
All right, White. We'll go and see the governor now.
What'll happen to me?
Well, you'll be kept away from the other women. For tonight, at least.
No, Mrs. Jackson, please. I don't want the women to get the better of me. If they think they can put it over me, they'll be on my back all the time.
Well, we'll see what Mrs. Davidson has to say first.
I am as much against drug trafficking as you are, Smith. But if you think someone is dealing in drugs, why on earth can't you report it in the correct manner?
You know how I feel about drugs, and you know why. And like I said before, I do my own dirty work.
Come in.
I've searched White's cell, Mrs. Davidson. No sign of any drugs.
Well, she must have stashed it somewhere.
Mr. Fletcher, have you seen any sign of drug usage amongst the women? Anyone acting strangely?
No, and I've asked all the staff on duty. No one's noticed anything unusual.
Didn't look bloody far.
I've warned you, Smith. Can you watch your language?
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher. Well, Smith, What made you think that Kay White was selling drugs?
I heard it on the grapevine.
And who is buying? Oh, come on, Smith. You can't make an accusation like that without proof.
Answer the governor, Smith.
Oh, no, I don't dob in anyone who doesn't deserve it.
The whole thing's a pack of lies.
Look, she's got the stuff. I'm positive. She must have hidden it away somewhere before you searched.
She wouldn't have had time. Mrs. Jackson took her straight to the hospital. You have been waging a vendetta against this woman ever since she arrived. I'm sorry, Smith, but I just cannot accept your story without evidence to back it up. Very well, I am compelled to send you to solitary once more until the visiting justice decides what to do with you. Thank you, Miss Bennett.
Come on, Smith.
Where'd you hide it?
Shut up, Smith.
Where are those pills you got your filthy hands on? Or maybe there weren't any. Maybe this was all a setup to get me out of the way.
Get a move on, Smith.
Either way, you are history, you bitch.
Oh, and June says she'll have 50 cents on Muchacha if it's better than 3 to 1.
Muchacha? Jeez, I'll give her 5 to 1. That thing runs slower than a wet weekend.
Bloody cold. It's the tucker in this place, no vitamin C. You want to watch it in your condition. No vitamins in that. You might catch it too.
Yeah. Bee's been gone for ages. Maybe something's wrong.
Yeah. I wonder if Jude getting sent to a cell had anything to do with it. Maybe she bashed Kay up and done her in.
Oh, Bee knows what she's doing. Well, at least she's still alive.
Yeah, if you could call that living. I'm going to find out what happened to Bee.
Where's he?
Hey, you, where's Bee?
How should I know?
Well, them ain't mozzie bites on your face. Bee was talking to you before.
She tried to tell the warders I was pushing drugs. They didn't believe her. Now she's in solitary. They say she'll be there for ages. Hey, what odds on gerrymandering race 5? Oh, come on, Margot. My money's as good as the next person's.
Yeah, well, I think I'll wait until the next person comes along.
Please, just one bet. Look, I can give you cash.
Get knotted.
Feel like a game of cards? We can keep the stakes low.
They reckon that paintings are a good investment. I think we should get one of them Van Gogh blokes.
Yeah. Bloody bitch.
Yeah. Bloody cold.
Kai. What do you want?
I heard Mouse got some dope off you.
Well, you heard wrong.
Look, I'm no lagger. Bee'd kill me if she knew I was talking to you.
So why are you?
I want some.
You've got the wrong person.
Please.
Look, I haven't got any. I have to get some more from the outside, but I need money.
I got a couple of bucks.
Couple of bucks? What do you want, licorice sticks?
Just want something to give me a bit of a buzz.
I told you I can't do anything without money. Still, you could help me get some if you wanted to.
How?
Put a bet on for me with Margot.
Yeah, sure.
Race 5, horse 3, gerrymander, $10 to win.
Right. Where's the money?
Oh, Margot will give you credit, won't she?
Oh, I don't know. Why can't you give me the cash?
Because I've only got $5 and I need that for a down payment on the deal.
What if it loses?
Don't be silly. It's a winner.
Well, okay.
I don't reckon Kay had any drugs at all. Huh? Bee would have told the screws. Why didn't Kay get stuck in the pound as well?
I don't know. Perhaps she couldn't find them.
Because there wasn't any, that's why. Kay just made that up so Bea'd bash her and get stuck in the pound.
Yeah, I suppose she would do something like that.
Yeah, bet your bottom dollar she would.
Rotten bitch. Hang on, though. If there wasn't any dope, how come Mouse got stoned?
Yeah.
Oh, Lizzie.
You'll be all right. Hey, Mark, book's still open?
Oh, yeah, sure. Anything for a friend.
No, you're wrong. It was Julie Andrews in that movie.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Raquel Welch. I always get those two confused.
Here we are, Doreen. I hope this is what you want.
Oh, terrific, Mrs. Jackson. Thanks a lot.
Well, I got some of the wool on special, so there's still quite a bit of change. Do you want me to put it on your tally sheet or back in the bank?
Oh, I was wondering if you could do me another favour.
Well, don't make a habit of it.
Well, you see, I need some vitamin C tablets. Because, you see, Lizzie's got a cold and I'm sharing the cell with her. Well, I've got to look after myself.
All right, Doreen, I'll get you some tomorrow.
Hey, Mrs. Jackson, while you're at the chemist, do you reckon you could get me some more Valium? I used my last one today.
Nice try, Margot.
All right, ladies, come on, that's dinner time. All right, move it.
Could eat a horse.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher.
Yes, what?
I'd like to make a phone call.
Who to?
My boy Danny.
You saw him only yesterday.
We're allowed one phone call a week.
All right, then, see me after dinner.
Mr. Fletcher?
What is it?
My phone call.
Yes. Look, take over, please, Mrs. Jackson. This way, Jones. Come on.
Yeah.
What's that, Lizzie? It's not like you to be off your grub.
Oh, it's this rotten cold I've got. Everything tastes like cardboard.
There's nothing wrong with you. It always tastes like that.
It's all right for you to make fun, but when you get to my age, a cold can make you feel real crook. It interferes with your metabolism.
It's truth. Listen to Florence Nightingale. What's that?
Oh, I don't know. I read it in a book, but that's what your viruses interfere with.
Well, you ought to make the most of it. Wouldn't be too often you'd get interfered with.
Mrs. Jackson? With that extra money that I've got left over, I was wondering if you could buy me some books on pregnancy. You know, how to look after yourself. Because it's such a long time since I had a baby, I think I've forgotten.
See what I do.
Race 5, horse 3, $10 to win.
$10? Bit out of your league, isn't it?
Figured I might as well try and get a decent return for my money.
Fair enough, Mug. Where's your dough?
Can you carry me for it till tomorrow?
You opening an account?
Come on, Margot, I've never welched on you. June owes me a few bucks and she said she'd get it to me tomorrow.
All right. You must have a real red-hot tip, though. You know what'll happen if you don't pay.
Beauty, Marg, you're a popper.
There you are. Now 5 minutes and no long distance.
I told you. It's only my sister's place.
It's a bit late for phone calls, isn't it?
Well, the regulations state one a week. They don't say what time.
But we don't usually allow
Miss
them.
Bennett, I've been here long enough to know what we usually do. I gave her permission. Is that all right with you? I mean, I am the Deputy Governor, you know.
Oh, hello, Sheila.
Will you be ordering a full cell search tomorrow?
What for?
The drugs Kay White's supposed to have.
Oh, yeah. Do you think she has any?
Oh, I doubt it. Smith would say anything to justify her strong-arm tactics.
Well, in that case, I won't bother.
Don't just go on my opinion. After all, you're the Deputy Governor.
Why haven't you called them? Oh, you stupid bitch. What can I do stuck in here? You're the one that's supposed to be looking after him. I thought I could trust my own sister. Bloody hell.
What's happened?
It's Danny. He's run off somewhere. He's been gone for hours. And they never told me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, lovely.
I reckon I could make that. I got the right size needles. It's a pity about the wool, though. Pink and blue's all right, I suppose, but I wish Mrs. Jackson had got something different, you know, like apricot or something.
Yeah, lavender's nice.
You will phone the police, won't you, Mr. Fletcher?
Yes, I said I would.
And he's been gone for ages, and Sheila never told them. You'd think she would, wouldn't you?
Look, why don't you go back to your cell, try and get some sleep, eh?
What's up, Lynn? Oh, it's Danny. He's run off from his sister's place.
Come on now, off you go.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep. Now, you will tell me if you hear anything, won't you, Mr. Fletcher?
Yes, of course. Come on, ladies, that's it now, off to bed. Come on.
Don't worry, he'll be all right, Linda. He can look after himself, can't he? How old is he?
12? God, my brother was out doing a full day's work when he was 12.
Oh, it's just that I feel so helpless being stuck in here.
Let's see, that's race 4, King's Plaything. That's Joyce and Bev to pay out, 2 bob to collect from Faye, and 50 cents from Gladys.
Oh, come on, Margot. If the screws catch me in here, I'll really cop it.
Don't rush me. I don't want to make a blue. It's race 5, Totem Dennis. $2 for Irene, $3.50 for Kathy, and collect from Robin, Nancy, and Hazel.
Oh, come on, give us the list. I've got to see if Fletcher's heard anything.
Sorry, kiddo. Forgot you had family problems. Here. Hey, Hayes.
Can I give it to you to Savo, Marg? June hasn't coughed up yet.
Listen, kiddo. You won't build up a good credit rating like that. Give.
I haven't got it, Marg. But I will. Honest.
Well, you better. Hey.
Come on, you lot. You'd stand around yucking all day unless somebody put a rocket under you.
Bee's not here, is she?
No, but I am, so get up there on the press. Hazel, you get to the dryer. You go to the sewing machine, love. The rest of you, get onto the washer. Where's Mouse?
She's on sick call.
I'm not surprised. Hey, Lizzie, haven't you forgotten someone?
Oh, I'll do a little bit here and there. I'm not feeling the best.
Not you.
Nope. Everybody here's got something to do.
Ah, good morning, Mrs. Davidson.
Good morning, Mr. Fletcher. What do you have for me this morning?
A stock take from the hospital. I'm afraid Sister Franklin's been her normal trusting self. There are some tablets missing.
Oh, not again. What is it this time?
Methadone, about half a dozen tablets.
About? Doesn't she know exactly?
Well, you know how she is about security. I've spoken to her about it, but doesn't seem to have done any good.
Well, when were they taken?
Sometime between now and the last stock take, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really? This isn't good enough. I'll have to have a word with her. Do you think a search would do any good?
No, I shouldn't think so. They would have disappeared down somebody's throat ages ago.
Yes, of course. Well, I suppose 6 tablets doesn't constitute a thriving drug trade. I wonder if Kay White had anything to do with it. She was on sick call a couple of days ago, wasn't she?
Yeah, but so were dozens of others. And I wouldn't put much stock into what B. Smith said about her. I mean, she's done enough to rub Smith up the wrong way without getting involved in drugs.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, is there anything else?
Yeah, well, talking about drugs, the police rang. The drug squad are on their way over to talk to Tracy Morris.
Kay? The bloody horse lost.
I know. I don't understand it. Should have romped home.
You've got to have the money.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't have it.
Well, you've got to get it for me. Margot won't wait forever.
Look, I'll see what I can do, but I don't have many friends.
You said it was a winner. I'm not going to get him strife for you.
Don't blame me. Blame the driver. And I wouldn't go around spouting that you placed a bet for me either. I'm taboo, remember?
Come on, you two. Back to work. Mrs. Jackson, I don't feel too good.
What's wrong with you?
I've got a pain in the gut. Can I report sick? How long have you had it? Just came on before.
She said she felt sick before lunch, Mrs. Jackson.
All right, then. Report to the nurse. And White, you go back to the laundry.
Either of you two seen Hazel?
No.
Where the hell she got to? Bloody creep. If she thinks she's going to get away without paying, she's...
Are you looking for Hazel?
Back off.
If you are, she's reported sick.
Bloody bitch!
Where do you think you're going, Gaffney?
Got to go to the loo, Miss Bennett.
You should have gone at lunchtime. The work bell's already gone.
But my kidneys don't work to the clock. I've got to go now.
All right, get going. And the rest of you can get back to work.
Yes, Miss Bennett.
Where did you say the pain was?
Right here.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. I know where I hurt.
Well, that's not where you said before.
Well, it's sort of all over. And I've got this terrible headache.
Oh, you didn't mention that before either.
Well, it just came on.
Well, I think it's just indigestion. I'll give you some milk of magnesia.
But the headache.
And some aspirin.
I don't feel well enough to work.
Nonsense. It'll take your mind off it. Here, take these. Right, now report back for work. You'll be fine in a while. Off you go.
OK, Hazel, time's up. Where is it?
I've been trying to raise it, Marg, honest.
Oh, yeah? Put the bite on the sister, did you?
Don't hit me, Marg, please.
Listen, kiddo, you've got till back to cells tonight to get that dough, or don't bother about getting out of bed tomorrow morning.
Oh, Marg, it wasn't even my bet.
Oh, yeah? Subcontracting now, are we? Wait a minute. Race 5. Gerrymander. Kay White asked me about that. Did you put it on for that bitch?
Well, well, Gaffney. Did you get lost? The toilets are up the other end, you know. It's amazing how sound travels along these corridors. I think the governor will be very interested in hearing what I just heard. Come on. Naturally, when I got her in front of Mrs. Davidson, she'd managed to get rid of any of the evidence of her bookmaking activities. But the extortion threat I'd overheard was enough to put her in the pound for a while.
Oh, it was lucky for Hazel you happened by.
It wasn't luck. It was dedication to the job.
Well, that's excellent, Vera. 2 feathers in your cap in one day.
Well, I don't see it like that. 2 of the prison's worst troublemakers have got what they deserve.
I don't suppose a little jailbird whispered in your ear.
Oh, you mean Kay White?
Oh, so that's who it is.
Well, why not? They're a mob of backbiting bitches. Why not use them to our advantage?
Sure. But in White's case, I wonder who's using who. Ah, good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, Detective Inspector Grace. This is Detective Constable Williams. We've come here to see Tracy Morris.
Oh, of course. We'll have to sign on, please. Miss Bennett.
Miss Bennett? We've met before, haven't we? I was out here a few months ago investigating an armed robbery. Joyce Martin?
Oh, yes. Then you would have met Mrs. Jackson.
Yes, probably. Still, we meet so many people. It was your name that rang a bell, though. Oh, well, it's a while ago. I've had a promotion and a transfer. I'm with the drug squad now.
Of course, you've come to see Tracy Morris.
If you don't mind.
Mrs. Jackson, could you show these gentlemen to the interview room? I'll get Morris.
This way, please.
Half the notices on that board happen to be out of date. Would it be asking too much for you to remove them?
Excuse me. I'd like to see my mother, Mrs. Linda Jones.
Are you here on your own?
Yeah.
Well, children aren't admitted without an adult. You shouldn't have been allowed through the gate.
Well, I was, so can't I see her while I'm here?
No, you can't. No, on your way.
I'd like to see someone in charge here.
You're a cheeky little boy.
Let me go, you old bat.
Now get out of here and come back with your father.
Hi. No luck, eh?
Nah, some rotten old bag in there wouldn't even listen to me.
I did warn you were supposed to be accompanied.
Yeah, she said I should bring my father.
Well, can't you?
I can't even remember what my old man looks like.
Well, who looks after you?
I look after myself.
All right, then. Who do you live with?
Me aunt.
Well, there you go, then. Come back with your aunt and you'll be in like Flint.
Thanks for nothing.
Sorry, but it's regulations.
Yeah, regulations. Terrific.
Have you remembered your friend's name yet?
No.
No. Well, Miss Morris, you're being a bit stupid, you know that? I mean, your friend can't be too interested in you if he's prepared to let you take all the risks like this. Have you told your father yet?
No.
No. He's on a business trip. Hong Kong, isn't it? Or at least that's where he's supposed to be.
Have you told him about me?
No. Funny thing, that. See, he's not staying at the hotel where he's supposed to be staying. Tell me, does your friend finance your father's business trips as well?
No, he's got nothing to do with it.
Oh.
Dad has done everything he could for me.
Including giving you addresses of people to see in Thailand.
No, I told you he's got nothing to do with it.
Fair enough. But we'll get the customs boys to keep an eye out for him at the airport, eh? Have you any idea when he comes back?
I don't know. But his secretary might know.
Oh, well, we've asked her. She expected him 2 days ago. All right, Miss Morris, when you decide to be a little bit more cooperative, you can let the officer here know, and she'll let me know. In the meantime, have a happy day. Well, for a sweet young thing that's been led astray, she certainly going to be a hard nut to crack.
Do you really think she didn't know what she was doing?
No doubt about it. We pick up kids all the time who don't know what they're carrying. Offer them a few bucks and an airline ticket and they'll believe anything you tell them.
And do you think her father knew?
It wouldn't surprise me. He runs an import-export business. And a title like that can cover a multitude of sins. You know, one of the biggest rackets we had in Melbourne some 10 months ago was run by a so-called exporter named of George Lucas. George Lucas. Yes, he disappeared without a trace. That's where I've seen your name on his file.
I'd rather not talk about it, if you don't mind.
No. No, I'm sorry. Must have been a pretty nasty experience for you. Wouldn't have looked too good on your file either, would it?
Well, it certainly doesn't help.
You had an assistant governor here then, called Fletcher?
Jim Fletcher. He's still here.
Yeah. Yes, he found the missing money from the armed robbery.
Yes, and he got suspended for his methods.
Yes, but the good marks help erase the bad marks, don't they?
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is if you were to help me get the information I need from the Morris kid, well, I could put in a favourable report for you, and that may help erase some of your bad marks, Miss Bennett.
You want me to pressure her?
Well, let's just say you could keep your ear to the ground.
I've done this for one of your men before. It didn't do me any good.
I can assure you, Miss Bennett, that a good report from me would help you immensely.
Well, I'll let you know.
Good. You've got my number. And with a face like that, she needs all the help she can get.
What the devil do you think you're doing here, eh? Listen, if you won't tell me your name, I'll have to ring the police and let them deal with you. All right. I've got better things to do than waste my time mucking about with you.
Oh, hi. How did you get back in here?
You know this young fella?
Yes, he was here about 10 minutes ago asking to see his mother. Miss Bennett gave him his marching orders.
Who's your mum?
Linda Jones.
You're Danny.
I might get into trouble. She didn't know I was coming.
No. No, you've caused her quite enough concern by running off when you did. Look, it's against the rules, but I'll let you see her again, just this once. Go and wait in the garden. I'll bring her out to you.
What are you doing back in here? Didn't I tell you that you...
Miss Bennett, I got everything under control.
I've already told him that he's not allowed in without an adult. Why are you trying to make me look like a fool?
You don't need my help for that, Miss Bennett. If you'd taken any interest at all in the prisoner's problems, you'd realise that Jones was worried sick last night because Danny had run off from her sisters.
I can't be expected to follow the personal lives of everyone in here.
No, but one or two would help.
Oh, Danny. Oh, I've been so worried. Where did you go? Why did you run off like that? And your eye. How did that happen?
Auntie Sheila did it.
Sheila? Oh, she wouldn't. What did you do?
She took our money, Mum. All the money you'd given me, the money I'd saved from my paper round. I had it hidden, and then she found it and took it.
What happened?
Well, I told her to give it back, and she thumped me one.
Oh, but Danny, maybe she didn't take it. Maybe she was just mad at you for saying she did.
Well, it wasn't the first time. But I didn't say anything because I knew you liked her.
Oh, Danny. Oh, is that why you ran away?
Yeah.
Oh. Where'd you go?
I stayed at my mate's place. His folks didn't mind.
Who is he?
Oh, you wouldn't know him. He does another round.
What's his name?
Mark. Mark Noonan. He's a good bloke.
Oh. Well, you can't stay there, love. You're going to have to go home and apologise to Sheila.
No way.
Please, Danny. Now, don't upset things. It's only a little while and I'll be out of here.
Okay, Mum. Whatever you reckon.
Jones, I want a word with you. This is a case for child welfare.
No.
Don't you believe him about your sister?
Oh, I don't know.
Look, if there's any danger to him, then welfare have got to be told.
Do you know what they'll do, Mr. Fletcher? I'll tell you. They'll put him in a home for need of care and protection, that's what. With a lot of little hoodlums. And get him on booze and pot and teach him how to rob telephone boxes. I've been there, Mr. Fletcher. And I'm bloody sure my Danny isn't going to follow me.
Look, they won't put him in a home if there's no danger to him.
I'm not going to take that risk.
Yet you'll risk sending him back there to get another black eye? Anyway, you've got no guarantee that he will go there.
He's a good boy. He'll do what I tell him.
Look, even if they do put him in a home, you're only in here for a couple of months. Less if you get parole. He's not liable to be led astray in that time.
A couple of months is a long time for a boy of that age. And once they get their hands on him, do you think they're going to give him over straight away to an ex-prisoner? With no money and no job? How are you getting on with your teacher now?
Oh, the usual.
Okay, Jones, time's up. Wait for me here. I want to make sure that this young man gets off the premises this time.
Bye, love. Make sure you go straight home.
Of course I will, Mum.
Come on. You going to stay at your aunt's then?
Of course I am. I told Mum I would.
Oh, yeah, but there's another world on the other side of those gates, right? I mean, anyone's entitled to change their mind, eh?
Yeah, well, I'm just fed up with the use of me as a punching bag.
Well, you could get the authorities onto it.
Nah. She's my mum's sister. I can't dock her in.
What are you going to do then?
Oh, I'll stay at my mate's place for a while, I suppose.
How the devil did you...
It's all right, Ted. It's okay. Come on. You want to see your mum again tomorrow?
Yeah, but I thought it was against the rules.
It is. Well, I think I can arrange it for you. You just make sure you ask for me, personally, Mr. Fletcher, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mr. Fletcher.
All right, off you go then.
You want a cup? Cup of coffee. Do you want a cup or not?
Oh, no, thanks, Lizzie. All that caffeine's bad for you. I've got to look after myself.
You know, it really suits you, Dor, being preggo. Haven't seen you look so perky for ages.
Yeah, and I feel real perky in the mornings. Oh, no.
What?
Well, it says here I've got to have a rubella injection. I've never had one of them. Oh, I'd never forgive myself if the baby was born blind or deformed or something.
Of course it won't. It'll be the sweetest, loveliest little thing.
Lizzie, do you reckon I'm doing the right thing?
What do you mean, love?
Oh, well, bringing the kid up on my own, you know, without his father.
Better no farther than that rotten mongrel.
Yeah, I suppose.
Anyway, you won't be alone. Old Liz will always be there.
Yeah. Everything's going to work out all right this time, Lizzie. I know it.
Of course. It'll be just like having a brand new grandchild.
What's the matter? It's all right, Lizzie. Go back to sleep.
Oh, good. Love, are you all right?
Oh, it's all right, Lizzie. It's just a pain. It'll go.
Oh, God, I've got to get you a doctor.
Hey, help, somebody! It's Dawn! Help!
It's Dawn, Jude. She's real crook. Call a doctor.
Come on, you screws. Wake up! Help! Help!
Has she lost the baby, Doctor?
Yes, I couldn't do anything, I'm afraid.
Well, you were very prompt.
How is it now, Doreen?
Well, the pain's gone away a bit now.
Good. Doreen, have you ever had an abortion?
Yeah. When I was 18. It was a dumb thing to do, I know. But I couldn't have looked after it properly. I couldn't give it away. Not after...
After what?
Well, I was on the pill, you see. And it made me sick, so I stopped taking it. I thought I'd be all right, but...
She had a baby when she was 16. It's on her record.
Doreen, this baby you had, were there any problems?
No. She was lovely.
No, not with the baby, with you. I'm just trying to find out why you lost this one.
Oh, it's all right, Doc. These things happen sometimes. I read it in one of them books Mrs. Jackson got me. It's probably for the best. She was sick or deformed or something. I never had my rubella shots, you know. So it was probably nature taking its course so she wouldn't be born a freak. It's all for the best.
Good morning, ladies.
Oh, good morning.
Mrs. Jackson, have you any idea where Mr. Fletcher is? This young man insists on seeing him and won't say what it's about.
Yes, I think he's in the staff room. I'll get him. Mrs. Davidson, we had a bit of trouble during the night.
Oh?
Doreen's lost the baby. Well, Dr. Herbert's locum came, but there was nothing he could do.
Poor Doreen. I thought she'd just come to terms with her pregnancy, too. Well, I'll go and see how she is.
Oh, here's Mr. Fletcher now.
G'day, Danny. I'll bring your mother. You go and wait for her in the garden, just like yesterday, okay?
Mr. Fletcher, who is that young man?
That's Jones's son, Danny.
And why did he want to see you especially?
Well, I suggested that he come here so that we'd know where he is. He ran away from home after his aunt hit him. I spoke to Child Welfare about him yesterday.
I see. It's very good of you to concern yourself with Joan's problem. I hope she appreciates it.
Well, she doesn't actually know.
What?
Well, somebody's got to take responsibility for that kid, and that's what the department's for. They said they'd send somebody over once we notified them that he was here.
Very well. When the representative arrives, I suggest you bring everyone to my office so that we can discuss just what is going on.
Get Jones for me, will you, Meg? Wendy, could you get me Child Welfare on the phone, please?
I think.
Doreen. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm okay. I lost her, you know, Mrs. Davidson.
Yes, I know.
I should have realised something was up. I got these cramps, you know. I should have asked for a doctor earlier. He could have saved her if I'd called him before.
It's not your fault, Doreen.
I had a baby once, you know. I saw her. I wasn't supposed to because she was up for adoption. But one of the nurses took me down to the nursery. And I saw her. I wasn't allowed to hold her or anything like that. Just look at her through the glass. She was beautiful.
Don't upset yourself, Doreen. You need to rest.
I never saw her again after that. That nurse, she said she'd take me again when she was on duty. But by then they'd taken her away to her new mum and dad. It was all right, though, because they could look after her and love her and give her everything. I couldn't. I didn't have anything to give her. Not even a family.
Cry it all out, Doreen. You'll have a baby one day.
No, I won't. That's what the doctor said. He said, because I had so much trouble carrying this one, I'll never have a baby at all.
Everything was going on all right until you poked your nose in. I don't know why you couldn't have minded your own business. After all, he's my son, my responsibility.
That is quite enough, Jones. Now then, what is the problem?
My son is not in need of care and protection.
Then how did he get this black eye, eh? Did he walk into a lamppost?
Look, you're not going to break up our family just because my sister lost her temper once.
Yesterday, Danny said that his aunt hit him more than once.
That's not true. Now, is it, Danny?
No, she only hit me once. Just got mad at me.
Then why did you run away?
Please, this is not getting us anywhere. Jones, I suggest that you let
Mrs. Hampshire.
Mrs. Hampshire take Danny home and talk to your sister. Let her decide the best course of action.
I don't have much of a choice, do I?
I assure you, Mrs. Jones, putting Danny into a home is a last resort. Look, let me talk to your sister, assess the situation at home, then I'll come back and talk to you. I promise you no permanent action will be taken without your knowledge, and I hope your approval.
I'll never agree to putting him in a home. I'm getting out of here soon.
Then I'm sure it won't be necessary. Come on, Danny, you can show me where your aunt lives, can't you?
Well, now, do as I told you, Danny. Now go back to Aunt Sheila's and stay there until I get out of here. And don't make trouble. Understand?
Yeah.
We always act in the child's best interest, Mrs. Jones. Let's go, Danny.
So, Mum.
Bye, love. And be good.
Mr. Fletcher, take Jones back to her duties and then report back to me, please.
Come on, Jones.
Are you his aunt?
No, I'm from Child Welfare.
A good thing. He needs to be taken in hand.
I'll get lost.
That's enough from you, young man.
You can take your morning tea break now.
No, it's not for another half hour, Miss Bennett.
I may not be around in half an hour to stand in for you. Now get going.
Okay. Well, good morning, Miss Bennett. I've come to have another chat with Tracy Morris.
Yes, I'll get her.
Unless, of course, you have something else to tell me.
No, it was just that, well, I was thinking over your offer.
And?
Well, we must help the police all we can, mustn't we? It's part of the job.
Well, I'm sure that with you and I on her trail, she won't hold out for long.
Now, Mr. Fletcher, I wonder if you could explain to me why you have involved yourself so much with Jones. It's all very well to be concerned about the prisoners, but I think it's a bit much to stick your nose in where it's not wanted.
I know it's none of my business, Mrs. Davidson. It's a job that our social worker should be doing. But we don't have a social worker, thanks to the staff here. Now, if you remember rightly, it was your suggestion at the last classification meeting that we try and help the prisoners wherever we can.
I am well aware of that, Mr. Fletcher. My concern is that your interference may have alienated Jones. She is due for parole in a couple of weeks, and I would not like to see her lose it. Excuse me. Erica Davidson? Yes? What happened? Yes, I see. Yes, very well. I'll tell him. Goodbye. Well, apparently Jones is not the only one you've alienated. That was Mrs. Hampshire. Danny jumped out of the car when she stopped at the traffic lights. He's run away again. Mr. Fletcher, you will be responsible for telling Jones. After this, I doubt very much whether Danny will ever risk visiting his mother again.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.